8 years ago, when Bethesda first announced Fallout 76, and I was so young people didn't call me Unk. There were a lot of opinions. Is this game gonna be good? Is this game gonna be bad? Needless to say, there were people who supported this choice. There were people who were very about what's gonna happen. It was a live service game at the end of the day. And then there were the people who said, no, a live service game is always gonna be bad, and that this is gonna be a disaster. Believe it or not, back then, I was of the opinion that maybe this is gonna be good. I hope that this is gonna be good. I want Fallout 76 to be bad. I don't think a live service game necessarily means bad things in general. Now, granted, we know how 76 went, but I have never changed my opinion since back even then. I don't think live service games are necessarily the worst thing ever. I think, yes, they obviously have extra red flags to offer to the conversation. The fact that the game is made in such a way that you want to buy microtransactions, that it's going to get abandoned really soon, and that the developers are obviously going to use the excuse of, oh, it's still a work in progress. It's a live service game. That's why it's buggy and bad. Obviously, live service games do have a lot of drawbacks, but at the same time, some of the best live service games are the best games in general, honestly. Most of us probably are playing currently a live service game that we enjoy, even though it's a live service game. But that was a different time. That was a time when Bethesda had, not completely shown its full hand and how absolutely incompetent they are. And at this point, the incompetency has taken completely over. Fallout 76, after all these updates, is still a mess. It's still barely playable, and I would suggest that no one plays it. Look at this. This is an 8-year-old game. It looks like it's at least 15 years old. That's just the Bethesda stamp of quality, don't you know? In any case, it's pretty much every month that Bethesda does something that makes everyone still playing 76 absolutely mad because they somehow just screw them over. And I'm seriously talking about screw them over. There have been many instances of rollbacks, stuff just disappearing off your character, stuff just plainly not working. I mean, we're talking about the only AAA company in existence who literally cannot fix their cash shop. And 76 only exists to milk people, existing players from their money. The battle pass is a scam. Well, effectively a scam. It's not blatantly a scam. But everything pretty much tied to this is absolutely 100% a cash grab. The only good thing about 76 is the people playing it are really nice. They're always going to be nice towards newcomers and whatnot. But that doesn't exactly save the situation.
Hopefully people don't get banned over this. That would be so lame. Yeah, let me go ahead and pull it up here. So this was posted on the Bethesda Discord. As you can see here, here's what they said. The team is aware of the issues that granted some players a sudden influx of atoms earlier today. An investigation is currently ongoing to confirm how many were affected. We'll give you an update on this once our investigation is complete.
Look at this, by the way. Something that could potentially affect Bethesda's bottom line, even just a little bit, because let's face it, Fallout 76 is like this much of what Bethesda makes. Now, granted, Bethesda makes in total roughly this much, so maybe it is actually a no noticeable part. But in any case, something that actually affects Bethesda's ability to milk money from players. Instant first day response. Bugs that have existed for literally almost a decade in this game are still there, every day ruining the experiences of players. No. That doesn't affect the cash shop. Don't you understand? We don't need to fix that. The cash shop is fine with this. But the moment something affects Bethesda's money, whoa, man, that's a day one response. That is a day one response. Interesting.
And we have next steps ready to share. Now, at the moment, I don't think they shared anything. Let me go ahead and check just to clarify. Which, by the way, guys, if you're not in my Discord, consider joining it. It's a Fallout 76 help Discord, basically, for raids and stuff like that. We help a lot with raids. Let's see, did they say anything after? No, but they did say yesterday, on Tuesday, April 21st, Fallout 76 will be brought offline on all platforms to apply an update. For server status updates, keep an eye on this channel. So
The last time Bethesda updated anything this fast was in Starfield, where people figured out that there's a chest under the NPCs that they can loot all their stuff for free. Because that's how Bethesda codes their game. There's a chest under NPCs in every game, by the way. And people understood that you can get to that chest. Which is, by the way, not a new thing. It has existed since Morrowind and Skyrim. It's been present in every Bethesda game. Except Elder Scrolls Online, I think? But in any case, Bethesda fixed that in less than a day. Yes, a minor thing that like 0.01% of the player base used, and that was, by the way, in the first week when Starfield launched, which means that we're actually more than 5 players online. 6 potentially, legends say. And Bethesda fixed that. They fixed something that literally no one did in less than 24 hours. Or was it less than 2 days? But in any case, that's like light speed for Bethesda. Actual bugs and issues never fixed. Something as unbelievably minor as you can loot a chest and get stuff for free, even though money's worthless in Starfield, that gets fixed almost instantly. I think the reasoning behind that was that if people know that they can just loot the chest under the vendor, they will just loot everything and quit playing. Oh Bethesda. Oh, Bethesda. So pathetic, always.
yeah, an update is coming into the game soon, and this update, I believe, is going to affect two-shot. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure it is. Right now, two-shot is super powerful, in case you don't know, and I think they
always has been.
Are going to be nerfing it, unfortunately. I did make a build video around two-shot in the past. Now we're going to probably go back to Furious instead of two-shot. And literally in my title, it was like, Bethesda, please don't nerf this. Daggone it! But, anyways, in case you don't know, let me go ahead.
Yeah, Bethesda also has a history of actually just nerfing the good stuff in 76. They do the classic stuff that Blizzard did with Diablo 4 in the first 1 to season 4-ish. And that is, they just nerf the good stuff. They see something that people like, nerf it. People use this? Well, how about we nerf it? People farm this location? Nerf. Yeah, this is what Bethesda does. This is what every bad company in gaming does the same. They just see people having fun with something, they're like, oh, how about I nerf this? Are people doing this because it's the most efficient? Yes, but they're also doing this because everything else is bad in comparison. So how about we just lower the bar for the game? Not buff the stuff that would make it a better experience. No. Let's just nerf the good stuff. I love when a game company has this attitude.
And get you in the loop. People are losing atoms, and also people are gaining atoms. Some players are losing them, some are gaining. As you can see here, this person gained quite a bit. I bought 4,000 atoms on Steam, and now the shop is showing that I have 35,000 atoms. In case you don't know, that's $350. Bethesda replied here saying, hey everyone, the team is aware of the issue that grants some players a sudden influx of atoms, and the investigation is currently ongoing.
Well, from a game that literally breaks their cash shop for a month, yeah, the fact that you buy an item and it doesn't work properly is not exactly something that I wouldn't expect.
Yeah. This person said, made a post earlier, 2 others than I have, all varying amounts. I got 31k randomly added, one got 10k, another got 60,000 atoms. Also, we cannot log in to submit a support ticket. 60,000 atoms, that's $600 worth. You gotta think, 1,000 atoms is equivalent to $10. Woo, dude. It's like they just got granted $600 for free to spend whatever.
And your typical quest grants like something between 30 and 40 atoms that you need to do, that you need to grind out. So, congratulations. What are you going to choose? Are you going to choose buy 1,000 items for $10 and spend, roughly 5 minutes doing that? Or are you going to literally grind for more than 24 hours to get 500 atoms? Yeah, this is one of the things that people hate live service games because it's obviously predatory. It's designed to get you into buying atoms. And the only reason that you get free atoms in the first place is so people learn to use and buy them and want them in the first place. That's how these things work.
I don't know if this is some kind of a promotional thing where they want people to spend and purchase some more Atomic Shop items so those players can show off more stuff that can be purchased. I doubt it. I doubt it because they'd be losing money actually. Disregard that. Disregard that. But dude, it would suck for the players that did receive this amount of atoms and they purchase something and then all of a sudden they're banned over using all that. Could you imagine? I'm assuming
the reason he's saying this because there have been situations where Bethesda has messed up. People have accidentally, or sometimes admittedly intentionally, used the fact that Bethesda has messed up. But a lot of these people, they do not abuse this stuff. They do not. Like in EVE Online, if something like this happened, this would be a kept secret in the community for 10 years. Literally has happened multiple times in EVE Online. It's a different world. And I don't use the word world lightly here. But in Fallout 76, if someone is even going to get one extra atom for their purchase, they're going to report it to Bethesda and say, Daddy Bethesda, you gave me the wrong amount of things. There you go. This is how this functions. And Bethesda still bans these people. Even though most of these people want to abide by the rules, you yourself broke the system in the first place. These people are in absolute no way responsible for that. And yet you punish them for your own shortcomings. This is just how Bethesda does things. This would not be the first time if they decide we're gonna ban people who did nothing wrong. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
they would just, if they did purchase anything with these atoms, Bethesda would just get rid of it on their account. But then again, I don't know how Bethesda would be able to track all that because it seems like a lot of players did receive an influx of atoms. So I don't know. I don't know how this is going to be handled. They could be just, they could just keep what they purchased.
In whatever way they handle it, this is probably going to be, Bethesda's going to handle it probably in the worst way possible. Again, history repeats itself.
Purchased with those atoms they were given. But I was having a talk in a stream the other day, and some of the people in chat was like saying, what if people get banned for spending the atoms that they got? And dude, I didn't think about that. That's actually a good thought, dude. But if they did get banned, that'd be seriously ridiculous because it's Bethesda's mistake, a huge mistake. I mean, they're giving away quite a bit of money for free, and Bethesda likes their money. Well, at least whoever's in charge of Bethesda, I guess Microsoft now likes their money. Whoever
probably an AI
is running the show nowadays. Kind of sucks here lately. I mean, this update we're getting infestations. That's off topic, but dude, it's such a lame update. I was really hoping for something bigger or something a little better since this was supposed to be the bigger update, bigger content drop we were supposed to get in summer and winter they mentioned, and fall.
This is interesting because I don't think these content drops are gonna. Well, they're gonna happen. It's not like they're gonna abandon them. Fallout 76 is still profitable enough, I would assume, technically. But the TV show is gone. It's dead in the water. I don't know if season 3 is happening. Hopefully not. I haven't even watched season 2. I could not even care. After everything I heard and saw, Legion destroyed, NCR a fucking joke. Everything was bad. House completely eviscerated as a character. I'm not gonna watch season 2. Even for free, I'm not gonna watch it. It's just not worth my time. I hope it's not also worth your time. But Bethesda was banking a lot on, the TV show just revitalizing all of their franchise, especially 76, because again, it's a cash grab. And season 1 did it, no one expected it. Wow, woo, wow, amazing. Let's pump in a bunch of updates. This is how these companies work. Season 2 comes along, and it's like 1/3 of the previous peak that we had with the show. That's bad. They did not expect it to be so little. And it fell really fast also. So at this point, these updates were all planned at a time when Bethesda thought the number of players are going to be roughly currently 3 to 4 times higher. And that's not happening. That's not happening. So these updates, they're going to happen. They're already in pipeline. They're already in the works. But Bethesda's not going to rush them. If the fall update happens in winter or the next year, spring or whatever, that's fine. If the winter update happens 2 years later, if the game's still around, that's fine. They're not going to break their backs to actually deliver any of this.
Fall and spring and stuff like that was their smaller quality of life update, really. Kind of sucks. This is considered the bigger content drop that we're getting. Unless they're planning on more, it'd be cool if we can get that Drifter Raid Boss or something new and challenging instead of infestations. It's just super random and it's not really something that we can, like, I don't know, go and do simply. We have to search around for hours to find an infestation, which it could.
One of the things that I absolutely hate about Fallout 76 is, by the way, the Vault Boy. This is also what these companies do. They have some kind of minor small thing that people like and it becomes randomly successful. Like, for example, Disney and, Grogu. Yeah, Baby Yoda. Suddenly, everyone needs a Baby Yoda. Everyone has this fucking, pet robot, Roomba, alien thing with them. And they're lame, they're boring, they get tiresome, they're repetitive. And the same thing Bethesda has done with the Vault Boy. People liked it, so let's fucking put it everywhere. Now, granted, this is something Microsoft just does in general. The moment that they see people like something even a little bit, they are gonna try and milk the shit out of it. They're gonna instantaneously pounce on it like a cougar. But not the animal kind, you know what I'm saying? That kind of cougar on the opportunity. They're gonna pounce on it and they're gonna shove it everywhere. They're gonna make you hate it. That's what they do. They can't even understand. They literally think that the word consumer means that you're gonna consume everything.
Be hours. You could also find it within, I don't know, 30 minutes, if not shorter sometimes. But yeah, I was hopping around on the PTS for a while, and it took me a while to find them. Going to places where they were supposed to spawn at. And PTS, they're supposed to be spawning more frequently. Anyways, getting a little off topic here, I also wanted to discuss something else about players losing atoms. Yeah, there's plenty of people posting so my atoms just doubled when I was away for a few hours. Sudden influx of atoms. As you can see, yeah, there's quite a bit of people talking about that. But this person is saying lost atoms and can't create a ticket with Bethesda. So I woke up this morning to my atoms stipend and purchased 2 items and went from like 9,900 to 8,900. So I walked away from my game, came back like 45 minutes, and it's now at 3,300 atoms. Rough numbers, not exact. So what is happening here? Anyways, they go in and say, I tried to log in to Bethesda support and I can't log in. It keeps telling me the password is bad and I have to reset it twice. I created a ticket through the game.
This is not the first time Bethesda's websites don't work, by the way.
But I can't see the ticket if I can't log in. What the heck is going on? Okay, I can suddenly log back into the support site now. So it's like, dude, what is going on? Like, is some people like losing their atoms and they're going to other accounts? It makes me wonder, because this wasn't the only post about losing it.
What makes me actually surprised, what really surprised me about this is the fact that this is one Reddit, okay? And that these people are like acting like this is the first time Bethesda messes up. videos of Bethesda ruining Fallout 76 honestly drop twice a month. I just choose to not laugh about them sometimes. Yes, that's how great I am. I am a forgetful god. It is what it is. What time to be alive, eh? But yeah, and these people are always acting like this is the first time something breaks. Like this is the first time something like this happens. No. This is not even the second or third. We're already in the double digits for most of these issues.
Atoms. Kind of iffy. But yeah, I would love to know what's happening with you guys. Have you guys gotten an influx of atoms, or did you lose any atoms randomly? If you have, now is the time to report it because it is an issue happening in the game. Obviously, yeah. There's a lot of people reporting it. This person said, holy crap, I just logged in to check. Just over 43k atoms. That's like 39k added to my account. Maybe I'm getting paid for all the hours I put into this game. Yeah, update, and they are gone. Removed by the time I logged in at noon, or 4 daily challenges. Do not spend those extras, someone's saying. That makes me wonder, like I was saying before,
Oh, right! I don't remember if Bethesda has done this. But this is actually a popular thing that scummy games do when they accidentally give people currency. They will do this. Oh my god, there have been so many examples of games doing this. So if there's a premium currency in a game, something happens, a bug, and you get like 1,000 of that currency, which is by the way a lot. That currency, that company sometimes will intentionally wait like a day or two until people start spending that currency en masse because it's not getting taken back. Then they're gonna remove the items you got for that currency and they're gonna remove that currency. But you're gonna be in the negative. Maybe they let you keep the items and you're in the negative. So now the only way that you can get positive and continue playing the game is now you have to spend money to acquire this currency and buy it. This has happened in a fair few games, mostly Korean games, though. But it has, and it's hilarious.
What if they do though? What if they didn't realize, like, they didn't really check their atoms because they already knew they had enough after purchasing. They purchased some atoms and then they're just like, okay, I got enough. Then they went to go purchase something or something. I mean, accidents can happen, just like what happened there with getting an influx of it.
Yeah, this is gonna happen. I buy premium currency in Magic the Gathering Arena, obviously, and I don't really, on a day-to-day basis, remember how many gems I have. I just don't. There's no point in me remembering it. It doesn't matter.
If you already know you have enough, you wouldn't be specifically just eyeing how much atoms you have if you already know you have enough. You're like, okay, I got enough. Let me go ahead and get this now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Accidents can happen, so it makes me wonder if players would get banned spending something that Bethesda made a mistake over. I highly doubt it. Bethesda seems, for the most part, pretty reasonable, especially with atoms and refunds and stuff like that. I've refunded quite a bit of different things. So I don't know. Just being real, guys, they
Steam is Steam, though. Refunds on Steam are godsend. Gamers love it, obviously. But this is Bethesda's shop. Steam gets a cut of this whenever people buy items, but Bethesda still doesn't care. It's Bethesda's choice how they choose to handle it. Steam actually has no saying in this.
seem pretty reasonable with that stuff, so that's cool. But that is their money. It helps keep the lights on within the game. Same with Fallout First as well. Fallout First helps keeps the lights on in the game. Just wish some things would be cheaper. Some things are priced ridiculously. I remember back in the day. You know what? Screw that. I'm not going to talk about that. But back in the day, dude, things were just more simplified. Now it's just like.
Yeah, back in the day, the cash shop wasn't that big, and it wasn't the main, the main part of the game, honestly. Anyway, that was Rival Gaming. 10 out of 10. Bye.